All right, we're back at it again. I just finished Idol episode 4. It is 11:30 right now. We kind of had like a house party, and I literally just sent everyone home because I was like, I need to watch the Idol right now. So we did that, me and my roommates. And a lot happened. A lot happened. There were a lot of what the fuck moments. There were a lot of scary moments. There were a lot of weird moments, and let's talk about it again. I have my notes again. I have the names under control now, all of them. So let's dive in. The episode starts off at Tedros' house, or Jocelyn's house, sorry. And there were guards everywhere. I'm not sure where there were so many guards with like AK-47s, but sure. It also started off with this scene of Tedros standing on the balcony in his robe, which was kind of fruity because it was like a female robe. I don't know what the fuck that was, but it was like, okay, aesthetically pleasing, I guess. And the maids were cleaning Jocelyn's house, and there were some interesting things. Shit ton of coke. Was like I was watching the scene from Scarface with all the coke on the table. A dildo stuck on the shower wall, also kind of interesting. And then the maids started talking major shit about Jocelyn and all the people that lived in the house, which was very funny. And the maids were so real for that. They were just like, yeah, they're weird. And I was like, yes, they are. You are so real. But get that money by cleaning the house, though. Let's go. Then there was this yoga scene from Leah's boyfriend. I keep forgetting his name. The one with the blonde hair and one blonde eyebrow. That yoga scene was kind of weird, and Leah was just watching him, admiring him. I mean, the whole beginning was just like some boring scenes, but like, I loved the mates and how they talked shit about Jocelyn and the people that lived in the house. Then you had Destiny and Chaim again that were talking about a plan on how to get rid of Tedros. Honestly, they are so extremely slay. They are gonna murder Tedros. I already know. I mean, I think Destiny also said like we should kill him. And Chaim was like, no, we shouldn't. And Destiny was like, don't be a bitch. Don't pussy out of me now. And I was like, yes, Destiny, tell him. Tell him what you're gonna do, because Tedros needs to be out of Jocelyn's life. He's not good for her. I also wrote down Leah is still a little bitch. I already talked about this in last video, but she annoys the fuck out of me. She's just so annoying, just walks around, still works with Tedros even though she hates him. Like, come on girl, you have a voice. Let it be heard. Show the back of your tongue. Like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you letting him talk to you like that? Stop. You look stupid. And this guy, Mike Dean, I don't know if he's a real person, but it's like this producer that Tedros was like really like hyped about, came over. It's kind of funny. He walked out of his car with a bong and a joint in his hand. I was like, okay, we're getting double high here. Like, who are you? He looked just as stupid as Tedros, honestly. So that's probably why they're so fond of each other. And they were talking about Jocelyn's new music. Honestly, the music is really good. I know I talked in other videos a little shit about how The Weeknd plays his own songs in this show, but I have to say, the songs are growing on me. I mean, I'm on TikTok 24/7, so I hear this song called, I think it's called Problems all the time, and I'm gonna be honest, the song I'm a Freak, it's kind of a bob. It's growing on me with the minute, and all Jocelyn's music is really good too. So I mean, what Tedros is doing is obviously abuse and weird, but like, it's working because her music is really good. Oh, and then there was this scene where Leah was talking to Tedros about the daily schedule, what we're doing, and everything she said, Tedros was like, no, skip that. We're not doing that. Cancel that. And then Leah talked about her makeup line with Jocelyn. And I was already like, girl, you are so delusional and dumb that you're even thinking of that right now. Your makeup line? Like, first of all, you're Jocelyn's assistant. This is not your fame. This is her fame. This is not about you. Like, the schedule is already pretty full. Jocelyn's going through a lot of shit and you're thinking about your makeup line with Jocelyn right now? Like, fuck off. And Tedros was also like, girl, shut the fuck up. You're not doing a makeup line. We're here for Jocelyn, right? And again, Leah did not say anything back. She was just like, yeah. If Leah just in the next episode maybe finally like slaps Tedros in his face, then I'll have some respect for her. But if she keeps acting like this, I'm gonna find her more annoying every second that she speaks or is on my screen. Really annoying. She also said like, yeah, I'm not just her assistant. It's like, well, you sure are acting like one, because yeah, I mean, you told everyone that like, oh, Jocelyn is my best friend. You're not acting like a best friend. You're not protecting your friend at all, even though she's clearly being abused, first by her mother and now by Tedros, and you're not doing anything. So yes, you are an assistant. You're not gonna get a makeup line. You're probably gonna lose your job if you keep acting like that. So stop. Stop. Ugh, I really don't like Leah. I'm sorry, the actress in real life is probably really nice, so shout out to you, love you. But your character makes my skin crawl. So that was the only time where I like agreed with Tedros again, like, Leah, this is not about you. Shut the fuck up about your makeup line. You're not gonna get a makeup line. We're literally making music here for Jocelyn. She's going on tour soon. Like, why are you even thinking about yourself in a makeup line? Stop it right now. I also wrote down, Tedros' hair is so ugly, but like for real, it gets worse by the second. It looks awful. It looks like you're electrocuted with that shock collar that, we'll talk about that later, never mind. So yeah, his hair was ugly the entire episode, kind of annoyed me. And I really hope Destiny and Chaim will kill him real soon, because I can't handle looking at his hair anymore. Well, next week is the season finale, so who knows? Maybe it will happen. Maybe my dream will come true. Also, I want to say Destiny is so slay. She looked incredible in all of her scenes. Her with the glasses, like taking them off and giving like the biggest side eye I've ever seen to Chloe. When she met Chloe and was talking to Chloe, the way she talks is real, the way she acts is real. She's like the realest person in the room. I love her and Chaim, but like this episode, she was slaying. I love Destiny. Amazing actress. I need to know if she's like in more movies, because she's really good. And she can sing. Oh my god, she can sing. Really good, because when Chloe was showing her vocals to Destiny, Destiny also like sang, and I was like, damn girl, you got a voice. She's better than Jocelyn and all those other weird cult groupies in there together. Now during that scene with Chloe and Destiny, Chloe was singing a song about a crocodile. It was kind of weird. I'm not really sure what that scene was about, but Chloe kind of talked about Tedros and how he saved her life because she was a heroin addict, and now that she lives in the club. I think the club is what we saw in the first episode. After the actual club, we saw Tedros with like his gang at a place, I think that was considered the club, aka like the house they all stayed at before they like invaded Jocelyn's house. Then Destiny asked Chloe like, how old are you? And Chloe's like 18. So we got another clue here. Chloe is clearly underage and on drugs. I mean, she said, I used to be a heroin addict, but girl, I mean, I've never had heroin. I don't know what people act like when they're on heroin, but she's clearly on something. Like, there's no way she's sober. No way. So obviously Tedros has a thing for people who are emotionally unavailable and like in a bad place in their life, and he takes advantage of them, but the people he takes advantage of think he saves them because they're in a bad place, and he kind of puts them in a better place, but it's all like mind control and a mind game and a mind fuck. So yeah, like Chloe's story made that a little bit more clear, so that was good. Then we have some shots with Jenny again. Oh, sorry, not Jenny. Her name is, oh, Diane. It's not Jenny, it's Diane. See, I have the names under control now. Jenny is gonna be the new star. Jenny is being signed by the old lady that I don't remember her name of. Diane's gonna be the new star, and she's gonna be singing World Class Sinner, which was originally Jocelyn's song, but now Jenny can get the song, and she's getting signed and getting a whole tour. So it's kind of cool to see that, yeah, she's gonna be the new star. Which is kind of shitty of the old lady that gave that all to Diane, because like Jocelyn obviously needs your help, and you're just like, no, let's find a new artist right now. So that's, I guess, the music industry. They really don't care about you as a person. They just want hits and money. And then we have Jocelyn showing her song to all the cult members. Oh yeah, by the way, I really think that Tedros is leading a cult, like a star cult, whatever, with all people that like need some serious therapy, maybe some, I don't know, rehab. It's a cult. It's definitely a cult, and he's the cult leader, and they're all drinking that Kool-Aid that he's pouring. And Jocelyn was showing her new songs to the team, but she needed to do a few needed to sound better. So again, I already saw a little shawl hanging on the microphone. I was like, oh, she's gonna be choked again, is she? Well, she didn't get choked, but she was being blindfolded again. And they basically had like sex in front of the whole cult. That was very weird. I don't know why anyone just stood up and was like, that's really uncomfortable. Can we like not watch this right now? Like, it is 3 p.m. Can we chill for a second? But everyone was just like watching it. And again, Leah, God bless your soul, but she was talking the entire time and Tedros was like, Leah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. And I honestly, you already know by now, like I agree with Tedros on that one because I really don't like Leah. If you're gonna say something for the sake of Jocelyn. Otherwise, just shut the fuck up. Like, I agree. Unless you're gonna open your mouth and be like, Tedros, how about you shut the fuck up with your ugly ass hair? You can't sing, you can't dance. Why are you talking to me like that? Unless you're gonna say something like that, shut the fuck up. So again, she let Tedros talk to her like that, didn't do anything, didn't say anything. So she was being a little bitch again. But again, Tedros was way out of line, of course. He shouldn't be talking to anyone like that, but I guess, like, if nobody ever says you're wrong, how is he supposed to know that he's wrong? If Leah doesn't say anything, how is he supposed to know that he's wrong, right? Yeah, but like Tedros and Jocelyn were basically having like a soft porn moment when she was recording the song. I guess it sounded kind of good. She made the music sound kind of good, but it was weird. In front of her team, like, bro, chill out for a second, what the fuck? And oh, it was so funny. Tedros was like in her ear, yeah, do you feel that? Do you feel that, baby? And I immediately thought of that scene in SpongeBob.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Do you feel that, Mr. Krabs? Do you feel that, Mr. Krabs? Like, I couldn't stop laughing. That was too funny. Like, do you feel that, baby? Like, oh, please, Tedros, don't ever say that again. Because all I can think of is fucking Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, I also wrote down S&M cult. I don't know who said that. I think it was Destiny who said that it's an S&M cult. But that's probably what it is. It's like a star/S&M/abuse cult. And everyone's just okay with it, I guess, so... I mean, we'll get into that later, because obviously if you've seen the episode, you know that something really, really traumatic happened. But everyone is now, like, voluntarily being in that house. At least from what I can see. So everyone's agreeing to be in this cult, and everyone's just, you know, drinking Tedros' Kool-Aid. So everyone's just chill for now, but it's still a cult. Like, it's very obvious. Oh, then we have this scene, Xander. Xander is the name of that guy, I'll put a picture right here, of the guy that came up with the idea last episode about using the Come On Her Face picture as an album cover. And apparently he can sing. He was singing under the shower, and Tedros, the creep as he is, was just standing in the dark corner of the room watching him sing. And, you know, asking him, why did you stop singing? He was like, oh, something with my vocal cords, blah, blah, blah. I didn't think it was going to be anything interesting. But then we have this scene where everyone from the cult is standing in a line. So Chloe, the guy with the blonde hair and blonde eyebrow, Leah standing there too, and Xander is standing in that line too. And The Weeknd is, Tedros is acting like a fucking army commander. He's literally walking around yelling at them like, don't put your arm around her, blah blah blah. And I was like, chill, buddy, we're not gonna invade a country here, like, chill. But again, he's a cult leader, so what else is he supposed to do? Yeah, he just started yelling at Xander because apparently Xander lied about something. It didn't really click for me. I didn't really know what was going on, but apparently Xander lied. First I thought, because Xander was a really good singer when I heard him sing in the shower. So I thought maybe Xander was like a better singer than Jocelyn, and he stopped singing because Jocelyn told him so or something. But it was a little different than that. So let's get into that. They talked about how Xander betrayed Jocelyn. I was like, what's going on? Why? What did he do? And then he tried to run away because it was getting too heated, which I understand, because there's someone with a rat tail yelling at you. I would run away too. And two other guys like grabbed him and brought him back. And this is where it gets extremely triggering, to be honest. It was pretty disturbing. They put him on the couch, they kind of tied him up, and they put a shock collar around his neck. And this is where I was like, okay, this is the part where the cult gets actually like illegal abusing to people, because everything else that happened to Jocelyn was kind of voluntarily, because she said like, oh yeah, you can hit me with the brush, and like, oh yeah, I'll talk about my life and everyone can know whatever. Like, she did that herself, of course with some psychological torture maybe, but this was like actual abuse. It was not fun to see. Got a shock collar around his neck. I can only imagine the pain, because you have so many muscles in your neck. If that all tightens up because of a shock, that must have hurt so bad. And his feet were tied up. And Tedros was basically saying like, you betrayed Jocelyn, you betrayed Jocelyn. And Jocelyn was just sitting there on the counter, agreeing with Tedros. And I was like, what's going on? Because I didn't know what they were talking about. Like, who betrayed who? What happened? Like, did I miss something? Apparently, Xander signed a contract that said, like, I can never sing anymore. Not professionally, like in the shower, sure, but like, you can't sing. You can't have a career. And I was like, okay, why did you sign a contract? Apparently, Jocelyn's mom, who we know was extremely abusive and weird, made Xander sign a contract that he could never sing anymore. And I really am not sure why Jocelyn was so mad about that. I'm pretty sure the mom was like jealous of Xander's voice, because he's obviously a good singer, and maybe she was scared he would take Jocelyn's shine or something. So he signed a contract, but he still lived in the house with Jocelyn. I don't know, I really don't understand that scene that well, so if you understand it, please comment down below and explain it to me. But that's how I understood it. And so that's what Xander told Tedros and Jocelyn when he was laying on the couch tied up with a shock collar around his neck. And Jocelyn was like, no, you're lying, and I'm not sure why. Like, was she protecting her mom, saying like, oh, you're lying, or was she protecting, I'm not sure what was going on. But Jocelyn kept saying like, okay, yeah, shock him again. So Tedros was abusing Xander. The poor Xander was just laying there. Oh, it was awful. And everyone else was just watching. But like, it was very uncomfortable to watch, very disturbing. And they shocked him so many times that he said like, okay, I guess I'm lying, never mind, I'm lying. You're right, Jocelyn, I didn't sign a contract. Your mom didn't make me sign anything, blah, blah, blah. I'm just not really sure what the whole deal was about. Like, what if he did sign a contract? Like, why is Jocelyn so pressed about it? But like, I'm not sure. What I do question is, why did Xander still live in the same house with that crazy mom and with Jocelyn if, one, Jocelyn was being abused by the mom, two, the mom was obviously awful to him too, and three, he couldn't pursue his dream career. I guess it's his dream career, because her mom made him sign a contract. Like, why didn't you leave, or why didn't you say something? Was that because you loved Jocelyn so much as a friend? Well, obviously you didn't, because you didn't say anything when she was abused. They also were talking about that, and he was like, yeah, you were being abused by your mom, and you told me not to say anything to anyone. And Jocelyn was like, no, you're lying, I did say that. And he was like, no, you never did, you're as crazy as your fucking mom. And honestly, I don't know who to believe, because at the table in the last episode, like the dinner scene, they were talking about the abuse, and Tedros asked like, why didn't you say anything ever? And I didn't really get an answer. I think he said like something along the lines of, we didn't really know what to do in that situation. And now he was like, oh, Jocelyn told me not to say anything, and now I don't really know what's the real story. Like, even if Jocelyn told you don't tell anyone, like, if you're a good friend, you should be willing to lose your friendship by saving someone. But again, that's me. I have a harsh opinion about that. But I'm not sure who was lying in that situation. But yeah, he was tortured and abused so many times that he was like, okay, never mind, I'm lying. Poor guy. Awful. And then later he was still laying on that couch with that collar around his neck, and then the black guy with the blonde hair and the blonde eyebrow came in, and I don't know if that's considered sexual assault, but like, he started washing him. He took his pants down and started washing Xander on the couch while he was in shock, still laying down and probably super traumatized. He started washing him. I'm not sure if that's considered sexual assault, but it did not seem very legal or normal to me. I felt extremely bad for the poor Xander. But yeah, that was probably the beginning of his brainwash too. Then Tedros told Jocelyn that she should probably go public about the abuse to get more views and to get more fans and to get the ticket sale going. So basically like use your trauma for clout. And she did that again without question. She was like, okay, let's go on Instagram Live or whatever and tell my whole story. And again, the whole cult was in front of her watching her do that. That was that scene, that was done. And then we move over to a house party at Jocelyn's house back in her garden at the pool. Everyone's just doing drugs, getting naked. We finally saw some penis on the screen instead of Jocelyn's tits. I'm kidding. And yeah, everyone was partying and Leah again was being that bitch at the party. I'm so sorry for hating on her so much, but like I can't. Like cleaning at the party, like at this point, girl, everyone around you is so fucked up. You might as well just either leave or get fucked up too. Like stop it. You're not helping anything. And Tedros like made her wet with like a water gun or whatever, and Jocelyn was like, why would you do that? That's so childish, blah blah. But again, Jocelyn didn't run after Leah to help her or to talk to her. No. Then we go to a next scene where Jocelyn is talking to Chloe about drugs. So that was really funny to me. Like, Leah, isn't it obvious that Jocelyn really doesn't give a shit about you? Like, she doesn't go after you. She says something to Tedros, sure, but like, she's like, stop. She doesn't really do anything. So obviously to me that would be a sign like, oh, she obviously doesn't give a fuck about me. So Leah, what are you doing, girl? Get the fuck out of the house. Run. Call the cops. Whatever. Like, do something. And then yeah, Jocelyn is talking to Chloe on the couch at the party about like drugs or whatever. And then Miss Jenny, aka Diane, shows up all cute and starts talking to Tedros. And Chloe's like, oh, I'm surprised she's not mad at you. And Jocelyn's like, why would she be mad at you? It's like, well, oh, you didn't know? Like, Diane was pretty much in love with Tedros. And I totally forgot about that, but that was in episode 1. After Jocelyn and Tedros had that night, we had a scene with Diane and Tedros talking to each other. And Diane was like, is she better fuck than me? So then we already knew that Tedros and Diane were also fucking. I didn't know that Diane was in love with Tedros though. I'm still not sure if Diane is like the bad guy in this story or if she's just like another girl trying to make it in the industry. We don't see her that much on the screen. And this comes as a shock to Jocelyn because apparently she didn't know that Diane and Dawika used to like be a little thing or whatever. So she gets kind of jealous, and then on top of that, Diane comes to her and she is the realest bitch in the show after Destiny, because she's like, yeah, oh, by the way, I got your song World Class Singer, I hope it's okay, like blah blah blah. I was like, I mean, it's harsh news, but at least Diane is being real about it and honest and like immediately tells Jocelyn. So shout out to Jenny / Diane, I love her for that. But obviously Jocelyn is mad now and very jealous. So what does she do? She calls her ex, or she texts her ex, and the ex, you guys, Rob is hot. Literally when he came on the screen, I was like, finally a hot fucking guy. He's like 6'5", that's what he looked like, at least next to Tedros, because Tedros is like a small little rat. Tall, dark curly hair, a little mustache, amazing build body. I mean, I was like, thank the Lord for a hot guy on the screen, because I've been looking at tits for like 3 episodes now. I want to see a hot guy now. And honestly, slay for Jocelyn for calling her ex. And then we have this extremely cringy scene again with Rob, which is Jocelyn's ex, and Tedros like having a kind of a drink off. Like Tedros like, oh, let's take a shot, let's take another shot, let's take another shot. And Rob's like, yo, you need to chill, bro. And then Tedros, so embarrassing. Tedros like low-key throws up in his mouth. And then like acts like a fucking maniac, like he tries to fake fight Rob. He's like, okay, you fight, bro. And he looked so cringy the entire time. It's like, if you're trying to like make an impression on your new girlfriend's ex, don't do that. Like, boys, write this down. If you're trying to make your girlfriend's ex jealous, don't act like Tedros did in that scene, because that's embarrassing. Like, that's really embarrassing. And it was so funny when Jocelyn like ran in the room and was like, oh my god, Rob, hi, I missed you. It was such a burn for Tedros. Like, yeah, fuck you. Like, you're gonna fuck Diane? Let me fuck my ex real quick. It's like, yes, Jocelyn. Show him. But also in the back of my mind, I was kind of scared for her because we all know Tedros is like crazy. Apparently he's been to prison for choking his girlfriend and yeah, for like abuse. So I was like, Jocelyn, you're kind of putting yourself in a dangerous situation, but it's also very fun to see because we love Rob and we hate Tedros. Oh, and also Tedros like kept calling Rob the F slur. He's like, oh, you're an actor? Oh, then you must be an F slur. And I was like, I know you ain't talking about any slurs right now when you used to wear a rat tail and you're almost throwing up from shots. Like, stop talking right now. Don't be calling anyone a slur when you look like that. Stop. So extremely out of pocket again from Tedros. But then finally Jocelyn and Rob go upstairs and have sex. Even though like he tried to ruin the mood about, with talking about Jocelyn's mom, and I was like, bro, she's trying to have sex with you. What are you doing? But then my roommate noticed something. When, pardon the graphic talk right now, but when Jocelyn and Tedros were having sex last episode in the Valentino store, Tedros is like, oh, I'm gonna come, and Jocelyn's like, don't come in me, don't do that, I don't want that. And he had to finish himself off in the dressing room. And now when Rob and Jocelyn were having sex, there was no protection, and my roommates noticed like, oh, Jocelyn allowed him to come in her. And I was like, wait, that's such a burn to Tedros, because Tedros was obviously his creepy ass was listening on the other side of the door. So it's like, wait, that's kind of a burn. Are we gonna have like a pregnancy scare next episode? Like, what's going on? So I don't know what that was all about, but that's something my roommate noticed. I was like, wait, maybe that is like kind of a hint. Maybe he's now even more hurt. Like, yes, she cheated on you with her ex. I don't know if they were actually together, but also her ex was allowed to do something that Tedros was not allowed to do. Like, is he gonna be more mad now? Like, I'm not sure. But that was just like a little detail that my roommate noticed. And then the episode's basically done. I mean, Rob has done his deed, and he walks down the stairs and then takes a picture with a drunk girl who's in a bikini and like is all over him or whatever. And Xander is taking pictures of them. They're probably gonna use that against Jocelyn to make her even more fucked up and jealous and like mad and whatever. I don't even know. We're probably gonna see that next episode. I did like wonder like, hey, Xander is all okay again. Like, is he already brainwashed and like super traumatized? I'm not even sure if that was Xander in the last scene, but whatever. But yeah, Rob leaves and then the episode is done. And apparently next week is the season finale. I'm extremely excited for that. I want to know how this ends. I know someone is gonna die. Is it gonna be Rob? Is it gonna be Jocelyn? Is it gonna be Tedros? I mean, we all hope it's Tedros, let's be honest, because he's an asshole. But like, I have no idea how this is gonna end. I love that about this show. You have no idea what's gonna happen next episode. Because every time I think I know something, I am totally wrong. So that's what I love about this show. Everyone's hating on The Idol and on The Weeknd's acting and whatever, but like, I really think this is a good show. I really think they did a great job with the filming. I love the scenery of The Weeknd's house. I love the music. The music is extremely good in this show. Yeah, I'm really excited for the season finale. Like, I want to know what is going to happen. Let's all together pray that Tedros is going to die and that it's a happy ending. But let's be honest, we've all seen Euphoria, I hope. Euphoria doesn't necessarily have a happy ending. So, I don't know. I also read online that it's not gonna get a second season. They better not give us a cliffhanger. They better not do that, because I'm not gonna wait 2 years, just like for Euphoria, for next season. Not doing that. So they better wrap it up next week, or they're gonna give us a new season in like 3 months. Like, give us something to work with. But yeah, that was it. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this episode. I thought it was really good. It's getting better and better by the episode. I mean, besides the super disturbing scene with Xander, it was very enjoyable to watch. So yeah, let me know what you guys think and what your theory is of what's about to happen. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Ew, I hate saying that. Ew. It's okay. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.